Hi, this is the first episode of my new series, Debt Collectors. This series is going to kind of deal with being in relationships with people who have debts to other people. You know, they can have a debt to their boss or their friends or parents, lovers, etc., exes, or partners in general. I really wanted to tackle this subject because I think it's something that hasn't really been explored. I don't really think people even think about it till they're in it. You get to the place where you're just like, why doesn't this person ever take up for me? Or why doesn't this person ever kind of see my point of view? And sometimes, and more than likely, most of the times, they do see your point of view. But they're just never going to be into that because of the debt that they owe another person. All debts aren't financial, some can be karmic debts, soul debts, debts of having another person's back opposed to having your back. I didn't want to come on here and just kind of go through the things that I've experienced because I have. And I didn't come in here to plan to demonize or vilify anyone. I just came on here because this is something that I truly went through in my life, especially in my dating life. But it also was there in friendships as I just pulled back a little bit, because when you move farther back, you can see the bigger picture opposed to when everything is so up close. Um, I was dating this person and I didn't realize that they had a karmic or some type of debt to their family member. And when there would be arguments, and I would just wonder why this person never took my side, or why did I feel so unheard? And I was never going to be heard. A lot of you end up in relationships with people who have debts to other people. And you wonder why, like, I mean, could it be that this person has known them longer or better? Or what is it about me that this person doesn't extend this type of loyalty to me or this type of comfort to me in situations? I've had friends where, and this is very personal, I've had friends where I've been fully vested in the friendship. And they have another friend that'll say something so backwards and mean to me. And it kept happening over and over again. And I'm kind of like one of those people that I'll take it and take it and take it. And then, you know, uh, I'll dish it back. But most of the time, what I've learned with maturity, what I do is I just disappear. It's like, okay. And that I disappear now because I know and can sense someone who's a debt collector. I can sense it. I often wondered, like, why would this friend not have my back? Why do they always come to find out? And I don't want to overshare, but this one friend knew a secret that I, of course, didn't know. And there was some infidelities going on in their relationship. So I would just like, why are you letting her say this to me? Why are you not taking up for me? And she just kind of shut down. And so I just always thought they were great friends until another friend said, hey, I stopped hanging around with such and such. And I'm like, why? I said, well, she lets that other friend get away with everything. Why would why would she do that? That happened with you? I was interested because I'm like, I know what happened with me. She was like, yeah, because she knows that she did such and such and cheated on. Okay. And I'm like, oh my God. Wow. I am so glad that by that time I was detached from that friendship. Because I don't want to be in a friendship or in a friend group where another person is feeling emotionally blackmailed by someone else. If you're in that situation, you're going to always come up short. You're going to always be the last. And that other person that is willing to do that dirty deed of emotionally, mentally, spiritually, psychically, physically blackmailing someone to collect their debt. It's going to always be on the winning end. Now, I was raised by an aunt and a grandmother that taught me, tell on yourself before you let anybody blackmail you. So I'll never be one of those people where everything's got to come out or get dragged out. I'll tell it on myself. Nobody will ever be able to. And later, I don't want to cut myself off, but later, I ended up running into that friend years later. And I said, oh, played it real cool. I said, are you and such still friends? And she's like, no. She eventually told my partner what I had done. I'm like, wow. She told that? Yeah. She got mad at me and told it. So why did she get mad at you? Well, I wouldn't take her side over my sisters. She just, and I said, what it sounds like to me is someone that wants to ostracize you and use that control to keep you in debt. So even if you had gotten the strength one day to say, you know what, I'm not in that relationship anymore. I don't care if you tell it. Even if you had found or summoned that strength inside of yourself, by the time you had gotten to there was supposed to be no one around you, no one left to even want to have a communication. Because the girl was the friend that was blackmailing her was so awful. People would just stop being friends with her in general because a lot of times people think that you're the company you keep. I was the type of person, and I kind of still am. I give everybody a fair chance. And I didn't just want to say, oh, I heard this or that about you. So I gave her a fair shot. And true to word, love others. She was just a bad person. And eventually, she had isolated her and ostracized anyone that was of any real spiritual, mental, emotional support or importance in her life. So I say that as the episode 1 of this series. We're going to be getting into real debts. We're going to be getting into financial debts, karmic debts. Oh, it just goes on and on. But as always, I always let the spirit guide me on what I'm supposed to say. I have nothing prepared. I could be so much better, guys, if I just could say something or have it wrote down, but that's not the calling. That's for me, I'm to get here and find you all. So we're going to be breaking some of those debts. We're going to be recognizing people that ask more of us than what is emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or comfortably required. We're going to be looking at people and say, no. Summon that strength that my grandmother, my aunt put in me. I'll tell on myself. And if it's something that's too big for you to say, okay, well, I'll bite the bullet and take that one. If you have done something to somebody and they keep dangling that carrot, I'll forgive and forget over you. Again, like I've told you all before, apologize one time, mean it, move on. You're going to be finding out how to summon that strength and gain that power to go forward and free yourself and be an amazing person that you're supposed to be. So I'll see you in the next episode of Debt Collectors. Bye.